Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. We've got a news video for you today, and then tomorrow, preview. Yes, the first match preview that I've done since, I don't know, it feels like a decade ago. But anyway, Chelsea FA Cup action this weekend against Plymouth. Green Army. I've got a friend that I worked with who's a Plymouth fan, and when the draw happened, he got in touch with me. He's like, "Oh, hey, we got you in the cup. We finally got you." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? Plymouth, bring them on. At the Bridge. Should be a straightforward affair, although you never know. I mean, you get Nottingham Forest knocking out Arsenal. You get all sorts of shocks. Newcastle knocked out? But there were shocks. I think they lost to Cambridge, didn't they? If I can recall. That's just off the top of my head, so don't quote me on that. But it's going to be, as I said, should be a straightforward game, but it's a game, and the preview for that will be uploaded tomorrow. So make sure you guys are here for that, and I'll give you my roundup on how I think it's going to go down and who I think Thomas Tuchel should select. But for today, we've got a bit of news. And it's good news, I guess, and it's about a certain type of rice. No, not basmati, not long grain. Declan Rice. Sorry, Declan, if I've compared you to actual rice. But he's been linked with a Chelsea move for how long now? Little while. And nothing's really materialised because West Ham are putting ridiculous price tags on him, which I can understand. If I'm West Ham, I would be doing the same thing. They're completely entitled to do that, and I think it's the correct thing to do on their part. But it's annoying because for us, it means that we have to fork out, 80-90 million to get Declan Rice back to Chelsea, who was once an academy player for us. You know, it's one of those ones where you just have to bite the bullet. And it can sting for a little bit, but after that, you reap the rewards. Hopefully, anyway. But he's been linked with Chelsea for a while. And because of that price tag, Chelsea fans have kind of I don't want to say forgotten about Declan Rice and a possible move, but they've kind of put it in the back of their minds. Just we don't need to think about that now. It's too much money. Well, Declan Rice could be the key here. And you're probably thinking, how? Well, if he starts pushing the right buttons and starts saying the right things and starts giving the vibe to West Ham that he might actually want to go, that he doesn't want to go overall, but if Chelsea come in, that's going to be too much to turn down. It's going to be too much to say no to. Well, it looks like the signs of that happening might actually be in appearance right now, because Declan Rice went on the overlap with Gary Neville on Sky Sports and spoke about Chelsea and spoke about a certain John Terry. Well, I'm going to show you the article and it explains exactly what Declan Rice has been saying. So Declan Rice, take it away. Boyhood Chelsea fan Declan Rice admits to Gary Neville that he wants to stay close to the town where he grew up, just 7 miles from Stamford Bridge, in a blow to Man United's hopes of signing the West Ham star, who speaks to John Terry all the time. West Ham star Declan Rice appeared on Gary Neville's Overlap podcast. Rice discusses supporting Chelsea and idolising John Terry, who is a mentor. The England midfielder is a transfer target for Man United and Chelsea, but Rice admits that he wants to stay close to his roots in southwest London. Now, the interview goes on to talk about, or the article goes on to talk about the interview that he had done with Gary Neville, explaining how he keeps in touch with John Terry all the time. There they are, that's one of the screenshots, and how, they're in close contact, and even very recently Declan Rice has been talking to John Terry very frequently. So when you put 2 and 2 together, because here's the thing, John Terry works at Chelsea now. I'm just saying, he just picked up a part-time role as an academy coach consultant. If I'm not mistaken, that is, he's a coaching consultant, or he's a coach / consultant. I don't know what it is, but he's working at Chelsea now. So he's back at Cobham, and he's talking with Declan Rice. Here's the thing, yeah? Will this move happen? I think so. Even if it comes to it and Chelsea have to go, yeah, you know what, we're going to have to pay out another flipping 80-90 million, right? Because that's how we do transfers now. Hey, how much are you? What? No, that's right. Here's 90 million. Take it. This is what we do now. We're linked with everyone with big money. And I think that's going to be the future of football transfers, especially for the big clubs. It's going to get to a point where you're just going to have to pay loads of money. But with Declan Rice, the fact that he's a boyhood Chelsea fan. He grew up at Chelsea. He was a Chelsea academy player. He was in the same class, pretty much growing alongside Mason Mount, Reece James, all that. They were playing together at Chelsea At youth level, when they were, flipping under 9s, 10s, 11s, going up. That's where Declan Rice was. He was with us. So I think he'd slot right in. I think he would slot right in. And I think he knows that. And I think in terms of taking his career to the next level, it is, going to a top Premier League club. Do I think now that this is a genuine possibility? Well, with things like this and with Declan Rice being very open with his words, especially on a public platform like Gary Neville's Overlap podcast, or Overlap anyway, it's uploaded on YouTube, so you can always watch it there. It's paving the way. It's setting the foundations for a summer move. And the thing is, Matt Law made this very clear. West Ham's inactivity in the January transfer window, because they didn't buy anyone, pretty much. That's not exactly going to let Declan Rice know, oh, look, we're reinforcing the team for you. Hey, are you tempted? Look at what we're building. They didn't buy anyone. So, with that going into the summer, that should be Chelsea's opportunity to pounce. Now, obviously, there is another player that I personally want at Chelsea. And I think, if it comes to it, get them both. That is Declan Rice and that is Tchouaméni. Bring them both. At this point, just bring them both. Obviously, up until the end of the season, we'll see what Kante's been doing in terms of consistency in fitness, because, he's been picking up injuries left, right and centre. So hopefully that goes down. But we need to start thinking about who comes after Kante, who comes after Jorginho. Personally, Jorginho, I love Jorginho. I'm happy with him at the club. But I do think he will go back to Italy at some point. I don't think he's going to be staying at Chelsea. And I think his agent doesn't help the situation either. The fact he just keeps talking. It's pretty clear he would want to go back home. And I completely understand that. And I'll hold nothing against Jorginho for that. Because home is home. And if that's where he wants to be eventually, by the end of his career, Cool. I completely get it. He's been a great servant and he continues to be a great servant and he's a great player for us. But we have to start thinking in terms of, all right, who comes after them? And I think Declan Rice, Tchouaméni, both very young, both very good at what they do, both very technical, very strong. And I think, one would have to come to the Premier League and adapt, holds all the tools. And Declan Rice, who's already adapted to the Premier League, will have to come to Chelsea and just get used to Thomas Tuchel's way of football, which I think he will be able to do. On top of that, already has the chemistry with half the flipping Chelsea squad who came from the Chelsea Academy anyway. So I'm all for it. We'll see how this pans out going into the summer. But I've got a feeling that going into the summer window, Declan Rice, Tchouaméni are going to be two names that we are going to be heavily linked with. And I think Declan Rice will be moving to Chelsea at some point. We'll see what happens. Now, the second piece of news that I want to give to you is, Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard is plucking everyone from Chelsea Football Club. Here it is. Ashley Cole, Everton boss Frank Lampard appoints former Chelsea and England teammate as first team coach. So there we are. Ashley Cole has joined Frank Lampard as one of his backroom staff at Everton. So I think it's official, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea have conquered or taken over the blue side of Liverpool. The blue side of Merseyside is now officially Chelsea. We run it now. Sorry, Everton. We've infiltrated you. Here's the thing. Frank Lampard's appointed Ashley Cole. He's also appointed, if I'm not mistaken, he's appointed Jones and he's appointed Clement. Clement, who used to be Chelsea assistant coach. You remember Clement? He's appointed him now as part of his backroom staff too. So I like the coaching team that is assembling around Frank Lampard. Obviously, Joe Edwards has gone over to Everton to join him, but Anthony Barry hasn't. Anthony Barry stays. So there's a lot of Chelsea around Frank Lampard, and I'm liking the little team that he's managing to assemble. Now, the one absentee in that team of Frank Lampard's coaching staff is Jody Morris, and he's not taken him. And Jody Morris, I don't think is going to be seeing football management for a little while. Personally, I think that's a good decision. Especially with how it was going down at Chelsea. Some of the things we'd heard about, Maybe, obviously, Jody Morris can be a very good presence in terms of someone to be around. And I know Jody Morris done very good work in terms of youth level, youth coach, bringing up some of these talents to the first team. Done a tremendous job with that. But some of the other things we heard about, not so great. And if, he's not involved and you're seeing faces like Ashley Cole around Frank Lampard, Clement, as I've already said, as well as some of the others, I think that's a very good structure to have. And I think Frank Lampard is now setting the building blocks to do something very good at Everton. So we'll see how it goes down. But good luck to Ashley Cole. He wasn't doing that much at Chelsea anyway. I think he was an academy coach as well. All ex-players just becoming academy coaches. But fair play. And I know eventually the day will probably come where they'll return in some sort of capacity. Unless if they go on and just become managers themselves, like Ashley Cole. If he decides to become a manager at some point, good luck to him. But anyway, these guys, absolute legends. We know what they've done for us and we'll never forget it. So it's as simple as that. Good luck at Everton. And I hope they smash it. I'll be rooting for Everton this season. Obviously away from Chelsea, of course. And hopefully that they bring some stability and they can bring some sort of level of success. Not the same success that we're after. Anything below can be Everton's. So feel free. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below in regards to Declan Rice, Chouameni as well. Let me know your thoughts on that. And also Frank Lampard taking Ashley Cole from us and Chelsea now infiltrating the entire Everton. Let me know what you think. Much appreciated. Don't forget to check out my second channel on my Twitch. Links are in the description. I've got a new FIFA career mode starting. I'm already doing my Chelsea career mode, but I've got another one launching up, and it was an idea of a few of you, and I'm deciding to do it. So if you want to know what it is, join onto Twitch and make sure you're subscribed to the second channel where I'll be uploading clips of all of that. So yeah, enjoy. Thank you all so much. Hit the subscribe button here if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this, and I will see all of you tomorrow for the match preview. Enjoy. I'll see all of you then. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care and peace.